The discourse around the Switch 2 is interesting. That Pokemon Legends game came out a few weeks ago or a month ago. Right away, people were just like crapping on it, like so much. Like Asmongold had like 4 videos where he's like, "This looks like a GameCube game. This looks terrible." And he was like,
Yeah, the complaints are mostly about the graphics, right?
mostly about the graphics. He was pulling up like a bunch of reviews that were shitting on it, and then like Twitter was doing that too. And then like a week passed, and then like people who were actually playing it were like embarrassingly being like, "I think this game's really fun." Like, why did like
I don't want to be nice to it.
I don't want to be nice to it because everyone's being mean to it, but it's really fun. So I gave it a shot, and look, there's a lot of things to complain about it because what they say about the 2-hour tutorial being like kind of intense, it is. And like they need to work on that. Pokemon games should not have a 2-hour tutorial, and it
You're
does
gonna lose
have
me
one.
real fast.
It's gonna lose you right away. Don't worry about it. Fortuitously, I was streaming it, so I had like a 2-hour block I had to get through. Look, I respect everybody's time, and I don't want to say like, oh, after 2 hours it gets good because like it is bullshit. But
It's a lot to ask.
it's a lot to ask. But like, I think this is the most fun I've had with a Pokemon game since like Gen 5. So that's what that was. That was
Wow.
like 15 years ago or something.
The waiting for Nintendo guys like it seems like.
I don't know. There's something like I think it does a lot of good things right with it. Like I love this the capture mechanic is really well refined. The way you're like the battles are, they're like real time. They used to be turn based and now they're real time. So you're like actually putting in the moves. So you're like it's like the Pokemon show. So when I'm playing it and my kids are watching and they're like, oh, it's like the Pokemon show because you're actually giving out the commands and they're like fighting and it happens like in order in real time. And it's a little bit like Xenoblade Chronicles, if anybody's played that, where there's like warm-ups to all of your moves and you press them and you use the ones that are ready. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, I know like journalists like to say the gameplay loop is very fun, but it's true. The gameplay loop is very fun. like you just like when you have a few minutes to play, I'm having fun while I'm doing it. The 2 complaints I have with it, 3 complaints. Yeah, the tutorial's like too fucking long. For a couple of the items, they make you do online stuff, and I don't want to do online stuff. Like I don't want to like interact with people. I don't want to turn on the battles with real humans. But to get these items, they're like the Mega Evolution Stones. You have to go online. I don't like that, but I did it because I want those items. And then yeah, the graphics are not great, but graphics in Pokemon games have never really been great. Even I remember in Game Boy Advance when those ones came out, people were like, "Oh, I really wish they like actually used more of the," because they looked like Game Boy Color games, like sort of upscaled a little bit. Which actually, in the fullness of time, those graphics have aged very well. But at the time, I remember people making fun of it, being like, "This is totally unambitious." So there's like that sort of unambitiousness is still here in this game.
But this is nothing new for first party Nintendo, right? They don't give you the photorealistic graphics on purpose.
Yeah, it's true, but Pokemon is like especially unambitious, and I don't know like how much I should if the game is fun, like how much do I dock how unambitious and sometimes shitty looking their games are.
Why do you think they make them so crappy in the graphical department?
Well, I think the budget of this game was like $17 million, and they've already made like that like 20 times or whatever. Yeah. They've sold so many. So I think they just purposely make the budgets really, really tight.
It's just there's literally no market demand for it, obviously. Otherwise, people wouldn't be buying the game.
Well, it was like one of the most highly selling games and physical and stuff like that. So
I was told that there was a massive boycott of the Nintendo Switch 2. Nobody would be buying one.
No, people are still buying it, and people still buying Pokemon.
Let me ask you this. Political discussion, that's very controversial, very difficult to engage with. You avoid it if possible. It's all over the internet. AI discussion, pretty close to political at this point, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Controversial, difficult. Would you say that the Nintendo Switch 2 is like getting up there in terms of controversy?
It's definitely dying down. Like, I think people are still...
Chill, everybody.
People are chilling out, but there's still, like, stuff that comes up. Like, the new Metroid, it had, like, a preview, and there was, like, an annoying character in there. And so, like, Twitter and internet, like the Pokemon Legends ZA discourse in the first week. They just like complain about like stuff, and it's like so negative, and you're just like, but you haven't played the game yet, so you don't know. I don't know. There's something unique about Nintendo discourse right now. It seems like maybe it's a clickbaity thing.
What occurs to me is that every time it seems like, I've been alive long enough to see cycles where people were shitting on Nintendo. The Switch 1 was definitely like a renaissance period where there was very little negativity around it. We could go through all of Arlo's channel and find the dips and dabs of Nintendo. I just don't like that they've done this to Paper Mario. But then you look back, and a lot of time it's kind of like movie history is like this too, and maybe the culture at large is like this too, where when you look back, you only look back at what was good. And then suddenly you're calling certain eras like golden eras, when really, like, if you remember living in the time, everybody was really actually very negative at that time.
And also it's like, what's the real reality? Because there's online discourse, which, is real. Like, a lot of people are feeling it. When the sales numbers of the Switch 2 are breaking records every month, it's like, how real is it?
Yeah.
It can't be that real at the same time. And then you see that with political discourse. You see, like, some political issues that are very online, and then you go anywhere else and nobody's talking about them.
Like James Rolfe is like, it's like, it seems like all the heat is all over No Time and 540 and stuff. The videos get millions of views, and you're like, okay, well, somebody likes them.
He's selling his gnome cave. He's selling his video game. He's living a good life. He's probably unplugged.
Probably not selling gnome cave that great, but
he sold enough, I think.
Yeah. I'd like to see the numbers myself. I'm skeptical because people don't like reading in the first place, and then it's also not a franchise. It's a lot to ask.
It's called Gnome Cave.
It's fucking called Gnome Cave. It wasn't marketed with the best of us. Should use my AI cover. Really get everybody talking. So you like the game. So do your boys play it with you, or are they kind of watching you mostly?
They're watching me. I think it's a little probably too advanced for them. They've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It's like the Gen 1 remake on the Switch. They like that one because it looks like the show. They've been watching they've been watching the Pokemon show. They've been really enjoying it. And so like the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, it's in Kanto, so you get Pikachu, there's Bulbasaurs, there's Pidgeys, and there's you fight Team Rocket, like Jesse and James show up with Meowth. They're like, we want to play that game. And so they've been playing that, and they really enjoy it. So, but yeah, this one is the daddy game, and they do watch it, and they are interested in it. But they, I think it's like there's like too many mechanics in it. So
I think it was Jason Graves was like, yeah, the thing is that original show sucks, and I was like, ooh, talk to EJ. Do you take that up with EJ? He's like, that original show hits.
It's good. I think it's good. I don't know. I only know the first like Indigo League season or whatever, and that's what we're watching on DVD with the kids, and the kids love it. I love it.
It's the Mighty Morphin of Pokemon, where yes, it's gone on for decades. However, there was a staple era.
It's a little weird. Like Brock is super horny for like girls all the time, and I don't think they do that nowadays. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't watch the new ones, but I don't know. There's just it's a time and a place. It's a time and a place, and I think it's well done. So I don't know where Jason's coming from, but
he's exactly in the center. He's not too old to be nostalgic, and he's not too young to enjoy it. One thing, just to go back to N64 real quick, I was just wondering if, there's the occasional ROM hack, like Mario 64 ROM hack I want to play. And a lot of those are too big and too developed to play on your EverDrive on an authentic console. I wonder if the Analogue 3D will allow you to play those. That would be a little, software emulation will do. But it's an interesting question.
Yeah, I don't know the specs. Like the Analog Pocket, you can load up an SD card with Game Boy games. It would be interesting if you could do the same with the Analog 3D. I don't know.
One of their big things is you can set it to overclock mode.
Oh, okay.
If you ever experience a slowdown, lag, frame rate stutter on an original N64, you will not experience it here.
Yeah, so I have a Mr. Pi, which is an FPGA console, and it has a Nintendo 64 core, which you can do like a super speed mode, and that increases like the compatibility of some games. So maybe it's a similar thing because they're both like FPGA.
What's up with there were like 4 Pokemon games to the Nintendo 64, but none of them were Pokemon games.
Pokemon Stadium was basically a companion to the games on the Game Boy. So you'd plug in your controller had a attachment. You plug in your game. You could upload your Pokemon to Pokemon Stadium, and then you could like just do battles basically. And there were some mini games too. And Pokemon Stadium 2 is a similar thing, but for Pokemon Silver and Gold. And then there was like a Tetris Attack.
Oh yeah, Puzzle League.
But it was Pokemon, and and there was Pokemon Snap,
which is at least better than that Switch one that they put out.
It was an interesting time because we all wanted a console Pokemon, but I think they were like, we need the trade mechanic. The trade mechanic in the Game Boy is how this works. And so I think that's what they focused on. And it wasn't until the GameCube with Pokemon Coliseum that they like actually had one that had a story on a console. But now Switch, everything is both handheld and a console. So everything is just now that.
If it's an Ambernick you want to be buying it on Black Friday right now as we speak. Like you can get this RG34XX SP, which is like a flippy one with 2 little analog sticks for like $56. You can get the 35XX Pro for $42, which is, like a Game Boy form factor. You can get the one I have, that flippy one, for like $45. You can get the one that looks exactly like a GBA, an original GBA, for $51.
Yeah, if you get one of those, you'll have more games you can shake a stick at.
An analog stick at. up to 58% off, they're saying. They're getting, they've released so many goddamn products that
that's the problem. It's like I think they release so many things that you get FOMO as soon as you buy.
It's true. And I think that's where they want you. But that's gonna like, I'm hearing the Arcade 1-Up might be like out of business or kind of done. Like some of this stuff just has a shelf life, like where people, the market is just done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few, and those are the ones that I wanted, and then I'm done. You're not. Like I'm sure there's whales that get every single one and fill up like their toy house with it, but you get the ones that are licensed and branded for you, and then you stop.
Yeah, but they're changing it up just enough to make you wonder. Like they got this. I don't know who's going to buy this thing. The RG Slide. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw it. It's
like a BlackBerry that then slides up, and then there's control sticks.
Yeah, I think wasn't there like a PlayStation phone that's kind of like that? Maybe that's what they're basing it off of.
It's a little cool. It's $150 as compared to all their other stuff. That's quite a bit. Must be a little bit more powerful. And then they've obviously everybody's Ambernick has their 3DS replacement. Neo Thor has got theirs, so they're changing it. I think for right now, all the hotness is 3DS emulation because it was never really done all that well everywhere else.
Yeah, they got several companies have like a bunch of DS type of configurations. Yeah, Ambernick, iNeo, or the Odin people. Yeah, they all have their versions.
If you somehow aren't playing retro game ROMs, as Jason would say, just another thing to put Mario 3 Mix onto. If you somehow have nothing to play it on, maybe this Black Friday would be the time.
It doesn't get any better than this. Nurse Joys and Officer Jenny's everywhere. You're the Joy from Saffron City, yeah.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.